Hi, folks. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Quentin, and I'm joined by my colleague, Rupali. We're here from Brock University, and we'll be going through a brief presentation today and then answering any and all questions that you might have at the end of the presentation. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get started. So firstly, Brock University acknowledges the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people, and acknowledging this reminds us that our great standard of living here is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people.
Again, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rupali. I'm a graduate of Brock's Concurrent Education program, and I graduated back in 2018. And I'll let Quinn introduce himself too before I proceed with the rest of the presentation.
Yeah, folks, my name is Quinn. Thanks for joining. I graduated from Brock's Labor Studies program in 2018, and I'm originally from Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Yeah, and to start, we just want to give you an overview of Brock, what we have to offer, and just a general overview of the university. So first things first, our student population is 19,000, which makes us a mid-sized university. Now, the nice thing about a mid-sized university is that you have all the opportunities and experiences of a larger university. However, you have the community feel of a smaller university as well. So we like to call it the best of both worlds student experience. Now, that alone has led to a lot of satisfaction amongst our students, leading to our second in Canada for student satisfaction rating. Now, going to university, part of it also involves being able to get employment after you graduate. So we do have a 96% graduate success rate, with students finding employment in a related field within 2 years of graduating. So as you can see, we have a lot to be proud of at Brock and a lot to celebrate as well. Now, in terms of our location, we are located in the Niagara region, specifically in St. Catharines, which is about a 15 to 20-minute drive from the actual Niagara Falls. We are also located on a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, which means our campus is surrounded by tons of green space, which is protected land. This gives you access to some really great hiking trails right in our backyard. It also helps with increasing the safety of our campus because you know that everybody that is on campus is part of the Brock community in some way. Now, this is our agenda for today. If you scan that QR code that's on your screen, it'll actually take you to our virtual viewbook. Our viewbook is a great resource for learning additional information about what Quinn and I are going to talk about today. On the bottom left-hand corner of all the slides going forward as well in the presentation, you'll notice a number. This number actually corresponds to a page number in that virtual viewbook. So if you're ever looking for additional information about the topic on your screen, the viewbook is a great resource to reference. So again, you just have to scan that QR code with the camera app on your phone, and it'll pop up right on your phone or on your other devices.
Okay, so now we'll talk a little bit about experiential learning opportunities that are offered here at Brock. So a common problem that students and recent graduates have is they can't find work because they don't have experience in their field, but it's tough to get experience in your field without having work opportunities. So at Brock, we tackle this problem head on. We're very proud to be leaders among Canadian universities when it comes to experiential learning. And we have a co-op career and experiential learning department at Brock that covers all things student employment, career development, and experiential education. When we're discussing experiential education, we define it as hands-on practical learning available to students in their field of study, both in and out of the classroom. Every single program that we offer here at Brock has an experiential education component, and this can be in the classroom with courses such as human anatomy labs and kinesiology, or working with geographic information systems in our geography and tourism studies program. We're also very proud to be one of the best universities in terms of co-op programs in the province of Ontario. We offer co-op programs for a wide variety of undergraduate degrees here at Brock, and they all get you a 12-month minimum of paid work experience in your field. 80% of the co-op employers that we work with do say that co-op students are potential future full-time employees. In addition, we have great international exchange and learning opportunities available to students. We partner with schools on every continent on Earth except for in Antarctica. So if you want to study while living abroad at Brock, that is a great opportunity that is available to you. Another great thing about Brock is how well you can customize or design your degree to truly make it your own. Two people can really come into the same degree program here at Brock and come out with two very different sets of experience. While you're studying at Brock, you'll be taking part in lectures that's delivered by our faculty, but you'll also be engaged in seminars, labs, and tutorials with smaller groups of students and our teaching staff. You can do a major program combined with a minor. There's several combined degrees as well as elective courses you can take throughout your studies. We offer co-op programs as well as experiential learning. And again, experiential learning is incorporated to every program here at Brock. We have graduate studies, career opportunities, and we have a lot of great add-ons to your degree, such as our Med Plus and Law Plus programs, which are non-credit co-curricular programs that run alongside your degree of study that can help you prepare for further education or careers in medicine or the law. Now, what we'll do is just briefly discuss all of our different undergraduate and graduate level faculties here at Brock and talk about some of what they have to offer. So in our Faculty of Applied Health Science, we're looking at the study of human health, and we're looking at human health both at the individual level as well as human health throughout society and throughout organizations. The Faculty of Applied Health Science is home to a lot of great programs, including our nursing program, sport management, public health, and kinesiology.
If you want to teach future generations and you want to become a teacher like myself, we have concurrent pathways as well as executive pathways. So for the concurrent teacher education program, you're essentially combining your undergraduate degree with your Bachelor of Education, working on both of those at the same time. The consecutive education program is great for those of you who want to make the decision to go to consecutive teacher education or teachers college later on in your undergraduate career.
We also have the Goodman School of Business here at Brock, which we're very proud is in the top 5% of business schools worldwide, and we're accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, as well as the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario. There's great opportunities from our Bachelor of Accounting program, which gives you everything you need to earn your CPA designation, to our very unique Business Administration Co-op International Double Degree program, which has international learning opportunities with one of our partner schools in Europe.
Next up, we have our Faculty of Humanities for those of you who want to harness your creativity or be a game changer. So you'll notice a lot of our language programs within this faculty, as well as our different history programs. We also have a game design program, which is one of two game programs at Brock. They are both collaborations with Niagara College, so you are earning a Brock degree and an advanced diploma from Niagara College, all within 4 years. Also located within our Faculty of Humanities is our Marilyn I. Walker School of Fine and Performing Arts, which house 4 of our great programs. This is a brand new facility located in downtown St. Catharines with amazing facilities to help you gain hands-on experiences in the classroom, but also the opportunity to put on exhibits and performances for the local Niagara community.
Next, we have our Faculty of Mathematics and Science, which is home to the natural sciences. We have excellent biology and related programs such as our biomedical sciences program or our biological sciences program or our biotechnology program. These are all great to pair with that Med Plus degree, as well as our unique enology and viticulture program, our neuroscience program, and our minor in engineering science.
Yeah, and for those of you who want to influence positive change, we have our Faculty of Social Sciences. As you can see, a lot of these programs kind of study your day-to-day life, so there's sure to be something within this faculty for everybody. We also have a new Forensic Psychology and Criminal Justice program, which has a 4th-year practicum, allowing you to gain hands-on experiences in the field before you go off to find jobs once you graduate. Finally, we also have a Faculty of Graduate Studies for those of you who are looking to pursue a master's or PhD level education after your undergraduate degree. We have tons of programs to help you transition from your undergraduate degree into your graduate degree very seamlessly. Now, I know we went through all these programs very quickly. If there is something in the presentation that sparked your interest, you can be sure to message us in the chat portion of the CCUF fair, and we'd be happy to discuss your specific interest in more detail.
Now we're going to discuss a little bit about some of the campus living opportunities that are available to students. So Brock is pleased to guarantee a space in residence. It's part of our residence guarantee to all new full-time undergraduate students who meet the residence application conditions. So you must submit your residence application as well as your application fee, and they must be received by the university by June 1st, 2022. So for students who are interested in living on campus, please check out those the residence application and the fee, and make sure you submit them by the deadline date. We include meal plans for students living on campus, and they are available to students living off campus. On that topic, if you want to study at Brock but you plan on living off campus, Niagara has quite a few safe and affordable housing options that are available to you, including shared student housing that is just minutes away from our main campus. Now we do have three different styles. Sorry about that. We have three different styles of on-campus living arrangements for first-year students. They are traditional style, townhouse style, and semi-suite style. We do offer virtual self-guided tours as well as guided 360-degree virtual tours, which we run on a weekly basis where students can get a more in-depth look at some of our on-campus living opportunities. In terms of sports and recreation, we are the Brock Badgers. We have a variety of competitive varsity athletics. We also have opportunities for students to get involved in intramural athletics, where we have a wide variety of leagues that are competitive but fun. We have on-campus fitness zone, which is a 15,000 square foot renovated fitness center that's available to students. And we also have over 100 academic and interest-based clubs that students can get involved with outside of the classroom. Now, one of the really great things about Brock is how supported you are from before you start your degree until after graduation, and we make outstanding service something that you encounter every day. It starts with our Smart Start program, which is an academic orientation program available to our students in the summer before they begin their studies. It's a great opportunity to get adjusted to campus life. We're also proud to be leaders among universities in Canada for academic advising. So we have academic advisors that work with students to plan their course schedule and handle any issues with courses. We have A to Z learning services available on campus, which help students with assignment help, workshops, and paid tutoring from fellow Brock students. We also offer a wide variety of supports. We're very proud to now 4 years in a row be #1 among Canadian universities for mental health services for our students. We have personal counseling services that are confidential and free that are available to students. We have a student accessibility services located on campus, human rights and equity, a faith and life center, 24/7 campus security, and student health services where students can meet with a team of trained peer health educators.
This kind of goes over some typical costs for first-year students. We're not going to sit here and break some of the numbers down for you, but we do want to talk to you about how you can fund your education and alleviate some of those costs. So the first and most simplest way to get some funding towards your education is through the Brock Scholars Award. This is an automatic entrance award that you technically apply for when you apply to Brock, and it is based on your final admissions average. So that top 6 4U or 4M level credits in Ontario. So say, for example, you're coming to Brock with a 90% average, you will get $2,500 each year for up to 4 years as long as you maintain an 80% average or above. So we do recognize that things can change from high school to university. So we do only require you to maintain an 80% average to continue receiving that award. Now, these awards are also regainable. So if you find that you did drop your average below an 80%, all you have to do is regain that average in order to regain your award as well. The One App is also a great opportunity for you to apply to hundreds of other awards and bursaries. So you will fill out one application, giving us all the information that you can about yourself in terms of extracurriculars, volunteering, your financial situation, as well as other brief statements about yourself. We will do the hard work for you and submit applications to any awards and bursaries that you are eligible for. As an applicant, you have up until April 15th to submit a One App application to see if you are eligible for any entrance awards and bursaries. We also have more than 1,000 student jobs on campus to not only help you make some money, but also help you to gain some relevant work experience and gain those references and networking opportunities. Myself, I had 2 on-campus jobs as a student. I worked with our Smart Start summer orientation program, which Quinn just talked about, and I was also a campus tour guide during my time at Brock. So I was able to gain some really great relevant work experience and make connections that led me to my job today. Now that you know most of what you need to know about Brock, we're just going to talk about admissions and what you need to know as the application deadline approaches. So the application deadline is January 13th, 2022. And if you are coming straight from high school, you will use the 101 application form on the OUAC website to apply. Now, in terms of admission criteria, I see a lot of questions about this in the Q&A. You can actually go to our viewbook on page 92. That is where our admission criteria will start. Alternatively, we do have an academic programs website where you can find more information about our programs as well as admission criteria. But if you are referencing the viewbook, this is what the admission criteria will look like. So say, for example, at the end of my presentation today, I am very interested in going into the accounting co-op program. I'm going to flip to page 92 and find the gray chart for the Goodman School of Business, which is where the accounting program is located. Luckily for me, that's the first program listed in this chart. The first thing that I want to make sure that I do is I look at my required grade 12 subjects, which in my case is English 4U and 2 4U math. So that's 3 subjects right there. The reason why I say that these are important to look at is because they are required for entry. So if you don't have them on your schedule, you might want to meet with a guidance counselor to ensure that you are able to get that on your schedule for grade 12. The next thing you want to look at is recommended subjects. Now, as it says in the chart, these are not required for entry. However, they do give you a good foundation for some of the courses that you will take within that program. For example, our kinesiology program lists exercise science as a recommended subject. As you can see, those two would go well together. But again, they're not required for entry because not all schools offer them, and we definitely don't want to disadvantage schools that don't offer those recommended subjects. Finally, you want to look at your competitive admissions average. This is a combination of your top 6 4U or 4M level credits, including your prerequisites. So for myself in my example, that's going to be English, 2 4U maths, as well as 3 of my other top subjects. Again, that's 6 total, including prerequisite subjects. Finally, in order to put this program into my application, I'm going to be using my OUAC code, which is in that very first column right there. And then finally, like I said, I am interested in the accounting co-op program. So I am going to make sure that I finally let Brock know that I want to apply for the co-op option in my OUAC application. This is very important because, as Quinn mentioned, these co-op programs are direct entry from high school. Finally, my last comment here. If you'd like to apply for more than one Brock program, you are totally welcome to do so. The only thing that we ask that you do is list your program options in order of preference. And this is because Brock will only give you one offer at a time. So you do want to make sure that you're listing your programs in order of preference. And we typically look at your highest rated choice first. If you have more questions, again, you are welcome to message us during the chat portion, and we will help you out with anything regarding admissions. Finally, a couple last things before Quinn and I leave you today. We really do want to invite you to come visit us for an in-person campus tour. There are also virtual options available for those of you who don't feel comfortable coming for an in-person tour. We always like to say that you wouldn't buy a house without seeing it first. And because Brock will be your home for the next few years, we want to make sure that's a good fit for you. So definitely come check us out. You can sign up for campus tours on the website linked on your screen. That's brocku.ca/discover/tours. We will also have a virtual fall preview day launching on November 7th. We will have a live event where you get to meet with faculty-specific individuals who can give you more information about our programs. You can also learn more about our services there as well. Finally, we do have a Let's Talk Brock podcast where we talk about unique stories and experiences from current students, staff, faculty, and alumni. So if you are looking for more information about the program that you are interested in, this is a great resource to start your research. Finally, Quinn and I will now open it up for any questions that you might have. If you don't have any questions today, we want to thank you for joining us for our session today. We are also available through the chat, like I mentioned, but we are also available after this event at futurestudent@brocku.ca. Myself and Quinn, as well as the other staff and some student staff within our office, are also on a Unibuddy chat service, which you can access from brocku.ca/discover/contact. So if you want to reach out to us on Unibuddy, that's also a great resource for you. All right, so now we'll go over to the Q&A section. So I'm just going to scroll back to the top. Hopefully we answered a lot of your questions already. Can you tell me about concurrent education programs? Yeah, so our concurrent education programs are great. They do, like I said, combine your undergraduate degree with your Bachelor of Education. So you're essentially working on both of those degrees at the same time. And students start their practicum placements or just placements in second year, in earliest second year. So it's a great opportunity for you to get that hands-on experience right off the bat to see if you still want to become a teacher or solidify your passion for teaching or explore other areas of education.
We have another question in the chat. What psychology programs do you offer? So for our undergraduate psychology programs, they're within our Faculty of Social Sciences. We have a psychology program where you'll learn all about applied psychology, but also about human processes and development. It is a co-op option program, so you can apply into the co-op component of the degree. We also have a really exciting new program that we're going to be offering full-time for the first time in fall 2022. It's the Forensic Psychology and Criminal Justice program. It's also in the Faculty of Social Science. So this is a multidisciplinary program, and we're looking at criminology, psychology, child and youth studies, political science, all of the factors that go into criminal behavior, as well as the institutions that make up the criminal justice system here in Canada. So it's an excellent program if you're somebody who's really interested in true crime and psychology, and you'd like to pursue perhaps a career in criminal justice. It's a great option for you.
Another question for the business administration program. Is it possible to major in accounting and still get the CPA credit? So I think you're referring to the concentration in accounting. So while that concentration meets some CPA requirements, it does not meet all. So if you know at this point that you do want to get your CPA designation in the future, we highly recommend the Bachelor of Accounting program.
Absolutely. So some other questions we're seeing in the chat. Do you offer any co-ops for any of the computer science fields? Yes, in fact, we do. We have a computer science program at Brock that's offered through the Faculty of Mathematics and Sciences. We have a few related programs as well, like computing and network communications, as well as a dual major program for computer science and mathematics. The computer science does offer a co-op component as well. And when you're taking a look at our programs, if you're checking them out in the view book, you'll be able to see whether or not any and all program here at Brock offers a co-op component.
Also have a question related to co-op. Is the co-op work experience available to international students as well? So absolutely, our co-op experiences are available for international students. I believe the only exception is our political science program in the public administration stream, because a lot of those co-op placements are in government organizations, and often government organizations require their employees to be Canadian citizens. Other than that, most of our co-op experiences are available to international students. That's a great question.
Another great question, not on the topic of co-op, but someone in the chat asking, do you accommodate dietary restrictions with your meal plans? So if I can elaborate a little bit on the meal plans, there's two available to our students. A meal plan is mandatory for students living on campus, but is optional for students living off campus. There's a 5-day all access as well as a 7-day all access. So again, 5 days a week, 7 days every day of the week. It's as much as you care to eat. In terms of dietary restrictions, we absolutely work with any and all dietary restrictions or diet plans that students might have, including gluten-free, food allergies or sensitivities. We have a culinary team here at Brock. So if you're somebody who maybe has dietary restrictions, but you want to purchase a meal plan, or if you're planning on living on campus, you can contact the culinary team here at Brock and design a meal plan that works for you.
Yeah, and then we also have a question about, do you have campus accommodations for international students, and is it available for the entire program? So yes, we do. Our residences are available for international students as well. You can find more information about residences as well as virtual tours on our brocku.ca/residence website.
Question in the chat, do you have a program for biotechnology? We do, in fact. We have a very acclaimed biotechnology program here at Brock. So it's really focused on research. It's within our Faculty of Math and Science, and you'll graduate with a Bachelor of Science in biotechnology. There's a lot of career opportunities available in biotechnology. In terms of prerequisite requirements, you're probably going to be wanting to take 2 4U maths as well as 2 4U science subjects, including chemistry. So if you check out the prerequisite requirements on our website, you can take a look at the exact courses you'll need for the biotechnology program. And it does offer a co-op component as well. It's also very great to pair with the Med Plus program that we have if you're interested in a career in medicine.
Yeah, we also have a question about becoming a dramatic arts teacher. So you have come to the right place. You have two options for you. So you can pursue our concurrent education program. So again, that's getting your undergraduate degree in dramatic arts as well as your Bachelor of Education at the same time. Or you can also pursue our dramatic arts undergraduate program, and then in your fourth year, apply to the consecutive teacher education program. So if at this point you are absolutely sure that you want to become a teacher in the future, I highly recommend the concurrent program because it does combine those both degrees into one program.
I see a few questions in the chat too, in terms of admissions averages for our sport management program, as well as the admissions averages for our computer science program. What I'll do is just again remind students that if they're interested, they can check out our view book online. And this view book will give you the admissions criteria on page 92 for every single undergraduate program that we offer, and that'll include a competitive admissions average. Just one thing to note when you're looking at those admissions averages for our programs, it's not a guarantee of admission. It just means that to be a competitive applicant for that program, you'd want to have an admissions average within that range at a minimum. And as Rupali mentioned in her presentation, when we're calculating it, it's based upon your top 6 4U or 4M courses, including any prerequisite courses for any program you're applying to.
A question about IB. So we do recognize IB. Further information can be found on our website. So if you just go to brocku.ca/admissions/international baccalaureate, you can find more information about the IB requirements. We also have a scholarship in the amount of $1,000 for students who are coming to Brock with the IB diploma.
I see a program about considering extracurriculars in application for the university. So apart from a very limited number of programs, which would include our Marilyn I. Walker programs, as well as our game design and game programming programs and our accelerated mathematics program, we don't require any supplementary applications for our undergraduate programs. But in terms of considering extracurriculars, when you're filling out your one application, there are some awards and bursaries that are available to students who are very active both in and out of the classroom. For example, we have a Brock Leaders Citizenship Award. So again, if you fill out the one app that Rupali spoke about during our presentation, it'll let you know any and all awards and bursaries that you qualify for as a student at Brock. So if you're somebody that's very active in extracurriculars, you might be able to qualify for that award. So we'd highly recommend you check out our one app.
Yeah, also on the note of IB with transfer, credit transfer. So that is also an option. Again, more information about transfer credit from the IB program is also available on that website that I mentioned.
So we have a question about the environment on Brock University campus. I think that's a really great question. So generally speaking, I mean, we have a very diverse student body. We have students from over 100 countries. The one thing that we also think is very important here is, again, the focus on experiential learning opportunities. That's what we really focus on here at Brock. So we're always focused on getting students experience that's hands-on in their field, whether that's inside or outside of the classroom. So again, there's a lot of opportunities to get hands-on experience here. In our Cairns complex, for example, there's a lot of opportunities if you're a science student to get hands-on experience with research. There's a lot of opportunities to do field work in a lot of our programs. We have, as we mentioned, a wide variety of co-op programs that allow students to get that 12 months minimum of paid work experience. So experiential learning is a huge part of our campus environment and something that we focus very heavily on. But we're also a very supportive, inclusive, and accommodating campus. Like we mentioned, we have a wide variety of student services and supports that are available here that include our A to Z learning services, which is where you can go if you need any help with assignments or attend workshops on various subjects. We have our student accessibility services. So for any students that have accessibility needs, they can visit Student Accessibility to help them in any way that they can. We have a Human Rights and Equity Services on campus, and we have our Faith and Life Center. We also have a lot of opportunities for students to get engaged and involved in extracurriculars, whether that's athletics. Like we mentioned, we have varsity and intramural athletics, but we also have our Brock University Student Union, or BUSU that we call it for short. There's a lot of opportunities to get involved with BUSU. You can join a student club. We have a wide variety of academic-based student clubs, so they might be related to your faculty or program of interest, but we also have interest-based clubs. So if you're somebody who just wants a more casual way to meet people who share your interests, we have a lot of fun clubs ranging from like a K-pop club to like a Super Smash Bros club. So there's a lot of great opportunities to meet other people. We have great orientation week events where students can really get engaged. In fact, one of our orientation week events is the Grape Stomp, which is considered one of the best campus traditions in all of Canada. And BUSU offers a lot of opportunities for students to get involved in student government as well. So if you want to run for a student government position or sit on a student action council, there's great opportunities available there. So all in all, we're an inclusive campus. We're a safe campus. We're a self-contained campus environment. We're not built into the existing downtown core or neighborhood of a city. And we're a campus that's focused a lot on experiential learning, so hands-on learning in your field.
We have a question from Emma. Can you go to Brock after you go to college? That's a great question. So we do accept transfer students. So if you're coming from a college pathway into a Brock program, that's completely doable. You can find more detailed information on our website because it does, vary based on the program that you come from. And most of the time, college transfer students are assessed on a case-by-case basis. So it definitely is possible. We also had a question about the difference between the general applied linguistics program and the TESOL one. So the general one just gives you an overview of applied linguistics, and the TESOL one is more so focused on teaching English as a second language. So if that's something that that you kind of want to do, you would go down the TESOL route. If not, if you just want to, explore applied linguistics as a whole, the general one would be good as well.
So I'm just sharing my screen here as well. I did see some questions in the chat about accessing our Brock Viewbook. So if you'll look at the screen right now, you'll see our agenda for the presentation that we went over. And what you can actually do is if you scan that QR code that you see on screen, you'll be able to pull up the Brock 2022 Viewbook. So if you want to scan that QR code on screen, just use your phone's camera app and just hover over it, and it'll prompt you to open a link, and that'll pull up the link to the Brock 2022 Viewbook. So I'll leave that up on screen just for a moment so some folks who are interested can get a chance to pull up a copy of the Viewbook. It goes into detail about all of our faculties as well as student life, student services, and living on campus. And on page 92 of that Viewbook, you'll be able to see the admissions criteria for every single undergraduate program that we offer. Alternatively, if you don't want to scan or you're not able to scan the QR code, you can go to brocku.ca/discover/viewbook to pull up a copy of the Viewbook. It's also available to you on our website.
Yeah, somebody also had a question about applying to the Faculty of Science. Does it matter if I take a science course in night school or summer school? Does it lower my chances of being accepted if I take it in regular school? So that's a great question. You are welcome to take additional classes in night school or summer school. We just want to inform you too that sometimes these marks don't automatically get sent to Brock, especially if you're not taking them in regular day school. So we do encourage you to stay in communication with the admissions department at Brock to ensure that they are aware that you are taking these courses in night school or summer school, and then also B, so that they can get the grade and include it in your admission decision. And no, it does not lower your chances.
I saw one question in the chat too about students asking about requirements for students for specific areas of the world that might be coming from other areas of the world. And we have a very welcoming environment for all international students, and we have great services available to international students here at Brock. There's quite a few reasons that students choose the experience here at Brock, whether it's the fact that Niagara is a very safe and affordable place to live, from the fact that, again, Brock is focused on experiential learning outcomes and components in all of our degree programs. So if you want to get a bit more information about what requirements you would have as an international student, how to apply as an international student, you can visit our website and go to the international section. It'll give you all the information you need about English language proficiency requirements, what acceptable tests and scores are for English language proficiency, as well as how to apply, and some information about international tuition and scholarships that are available to international students.
Also have a great question, just a general question. How would a university student's daily life be like? That is a great question. Like we mentioned in the presentation, getting a feel for our campus through a campus tour is also a great way to kind of see what university is like, the whole environment and all of that. But in terms of each student's daily life, it is so different based on the program that they're in and the experiences that they choose to also take part in university. So, some students specifically in science, they will have classes as well as labs. Other students may have lectures and seminars. Some students might just have lectures. So the class timing really depends and varies. Also, like I said, the differences between the other extracurricular or co-curricular programs that you're in as well. If you're in Med Plus, you're going to be meeting weekly to take advantage of that programming. Quinn mentioned a ton of extracurricular opportunities as well. So you do have the opportunity, within your course schedule, in between classes, to take advantage of some of those extracurricular opportunities that we do have. Sometimes students will just drop in between classes to play a game of basketball with their friends with our drop-in sports. Sometimes they'll go ahead and go work out in our zone fitness center that Quinn mentioned. So each student's kind of daily life looks so different, and it really truly is about all the different experiences that you choose to take advantage of. But again, getting a good feel of the campus through a campus tour is a great way to start experiencing university.
Also had a question a student asked about whether or not it matters if they took a prerequisite course in night school or summer school. So the short answer is no, it doesn't matter as long as you meet the prerequisite requirements, including a competitive admissions averages. There are minimum acceptable scores for some programs for prerequisite courses as well. So you want to pay careful attention when you're looking at your program of interest to what exact courses, admissions average, and minimum marks that you'll need for admission. But if you took a course in summer school, as long as you're meeting the rest of our admissions criteria, it shouldn't affect your application to the university. Also, in terms of taking any courses through private schools, including Ontario Virtual High School, we do have lists available of what are considered acceptable schools to take prerequisite or acceptable criteria for our programs. So we can share that information with you as well. But it shouldn't matter if you're taking a course through an alternative means, such as night school or summer school, as long as you're meeting all of the prerequisite requirements for the program.
We also had another great question. Does Brock have a co-curricular record? So we have something called a campus-wide co-curriculum. And basically what that is, it's a guide, first of all, to help you navigate all of these awesome experiences that we've talked about thus far. But then all the experiences that you do take part in get recorded in this co-curriculum. And you're able to keep track of everything that you do, so that when you do graduate, you come out with this whole list of all the things that you were involved in. And it's a great addition to your resume as well when you're getting, when you're interviewing for those jobs. You can also say, hey, look, I did all these great things in terms of work experience, but I also was involved in this club, in this activity, in this event at Brock in my time as a student.
Yeah, a question about on-campus residence options that are available to students. So yes, we do offer on-campus residence or on-campus living arrangements for students. We have 3 different styles of on-campus living for our first-year students. Those are our traditional style, our semi-suite style, and our townhouse style. So yeah, there's residence applications and fees. And we do have a residence guarantee for students who meet all of our residence application conditions will be guaranteed a spot living on residence as long as they are a full-time undergraduate student. So please go to brocku.ca/residence for more information and to access the residence application. And to also, you can get self-guided or guided virtual tours of all of our buildings here on campus. So you can take a look and get a 360-degree view of all of the different residence buildings that we offer here at Brock.
Also had another great question. Is there a swimming pool? So yes, we do have an Olympic-sized swimming pool on campus. And Quinn mentioned this already, but we do have access to the swimming pool as well as our zone fitness center and some of our fitness classes included in your ancillary fees. So because you pay for them right in the beginning of the year, you're able to access those facilities unlimited times just throughout the year. And like I said, that does include our swimming pool. We also have times when you can go for a fun swim. If you have your lifeguard certification, that's also a great on-campus job. They're always looking for lifeguards. There is also opportunities for you to get a student job as a swim instructor. So again, if you do have that qualification, you can teach swimming classes to our local kids in the local community.
We have another question in the chat about the international double degree BBA program. So, and how competitive it is compared to a regular business program. So we have 3 undergraduate programs that we offer through our Goodman School of Business here at Brock. There's the Bachelor of Business Administration, the Bachelor of Accounting, and then the International Dual Degree Co-op program. So all 3 of the programs are competitive. They're very highly acclaimed programs. Again, the Goodman School of Business is considered to be within the top 5% of business schools worldwide, but there's a lot of great learning opportunities, again, both inside and outside of the classroom to our Goodman students. In terms of the International BBA, again, you can check out the admissions criteria for that program and every other program offered here at Brock. When you're looking at our Brock Viewbook, you can also go to our Goodman School of Business section on our website to see exact admissions criteria in terms of prerequisite requirements and what you'll need to have a competitive admissions average. That International BBA program, what it does is it allows you to study your Bachelor of Business Administration, earn co-op paid work experience, but also to live abroad for either 2 years or 2.5 years, depending on the institution you're studying at, in one of our partner schools in either England, France, Germany, or Ireland. So it's a great option if you're interested in a career in business, especially international business.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap up the session for today. But we will still be available, like I said, in the chat throughout the day. So if you do have any additional questions that we weren't able to answer today, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to chat further. So we do have a question about wanting to learn more about programs like computer science, game programming, and game design. So I will start off with game programming and game design. These are fantastic programs. Like I said, they are both collaborations with Niagara College. So you are getting a Brock degree as well as an advanced diploma from Niagara College. Typically, this does take 7 years to complete if you were to do them back to back. But because you're doing them concurrently, so at the same time, you're completing 7 years of education just in 4. So again, you're getting dual credentials and doing it in a short amount of time. So game programming focuses on the computer and coding aspect of bringing games to life, while game design will focus on the artistic portion of games. So the character development, the storyline, artistic portions as well. So just depending on which one you want to focus on. If you just want a more general knowledge of computer science, our computer science is great. A computer science program is great. Quinn also mentioned that we have other computer science programs as well that combines computer science with another sector as well. So for example, computing and business, computer science and mathematics as well. So it really depends on which area of computer science you want to focus on.
And yeah, for the last question for today, and again, we're happy to answer questions in the chat. Somebody asked about dual majors. So yes, as Rupali mentioned, we do have some combined major programs here at Brock. For example, Rupali mentioned some of our computer science and business courses. We also have a lot of combined majors that are available, but they are dependent on the exact program or faculty or department that they're found in. So you should always look ahead and look at perhaps the undergraduate course calendar or the relevant department or center. Not all departments, centers, and faculties at Brock do provide combined major options. So please just take a look on our website and you can view our undergraduate course calendar for more information about the possibility to take a combined major program. But yes, there are some options for taking combined majors within some of the faculties that we offer here at Brock. So I think that's it in terms of today. So thank you all so much for taking part in the session today. We really appreciate all of the excellent questions. It's been a really, really engaging opportunity to hear from all of you, and it's great to hear that so many people are interested in Brock University. So again, if you have more questions, what I would recommend doing is visiting our website. You can also sign up for in-person or virtual campus tours. You can check out our Experience Brock sessions where you can sign up on our website. They run every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and every Thursday at 3 p.m. It's a great opportunity to get an engaging virtual presentation from someone from our recruitment and liaison team. You might see myself or Rupali again for one of the presentations. If you have other specific questions about programs or admissions criteria to the university, you can also email futurestudent@brocku.ca. So on behalf of myself and Rupali and all of Brock University, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for asking all the questions. And we hope everybody has a great rest of their day and weekend.